Coming up, we'll take a look at a local animal shelter and how they are placing animals during this holiday season.
We'll also learn about how the new electric scooters are rolling through town and find out about a group that gets the Fayetteville Square ready for the holidays. I'm Georgia Rowland.
And I'm Orion Rankin. Welcome to Breaking the Leash.
Welcome back to this month's edition of Breaking the Leash. Thank you for joining us.
Experience Fayetteville along with Fayetteville Parks and Rec set up the lights of the Ozarks every year.
As Breaking the Leash reporter Sean Hewen tells us, there's a lot more that goes into the event than what most people see when visiting the square.
In Fayetteville, one of the biggest attractions is the lights of the Ozarks. Here, the holiday spirit is captured in these thousands of lights.
Started several years ago with Experience Fayetteville. They wanted to engage downtown and engage Fayetteville during kind of the slow winter months. So it began as kind of creating an attraction to get people to come visit Fayetteville and come eat at the restaurants and stay in our hotels and shop in our boutiques. Yeah, so it takes about 6 weeks to hang the lights. Lights of the Ozarks is a partnership between Experience Fayetteville and the Fayetteville Parks and Recreation. So Fayetteville Parks and Recreation has a little over 400,000 lights that they need to hang, and they're working right up until the event. And they start at the end of September and the beginning of October.
Families can see the lights now through January 1st, and it's a great way to get outside during these cold winter months.
We have carriage rides, pony rides. We have vendors out there that are selling hot chocolate and great food. So our job is to kind of maintain and manage that. ExperienceFayetteville.com to learn more about Lights of the Ozarks.
I've been employed with Parks and Recreation for 3 years. You know, while we have them up, there's definitely businesses see just a huge influx of customers, and that's one thing that we've got quite a bit of congratulations from a lot of the businesses around here, a lot of thanks and appreciation for us bringing them business. Friday night, parade night, we'll have the square and quite a bit of streets around downtown blocked off. Yes, for all of our canopies up here, we use lifts. We rent 3 lifts out, and we also run bucket trucks up here.
Make sure to check out the lights and enjoy the festivities. From Breaking the Leash, I'm Sean Hewen. Back to the desk.
Thanks again, Sean. And again, the lights are open now through the end of the year, so make sure to go and visit them and support Experience Fayetteville.
The Fayetteville Animal Shelter offers many volunteer opportunities for people of Fayetteville to give back while helping animals.
While they hold many different events to get pets adopted all year, reporter Isabel Moss shows us how they push even more this time of year.
The Fayetteville Animal Shelter is always looking for new volunteers who are ready to get involved. Today we are going to be exploring the shelter and learning more about these opportunities.
So the volunteer programs, the way it works is you go through an orientation, and then once you go through an orientation, you're good to go with cats. There's no secondary training. But with dogs, since you get dogs out and it's a little more intensive, you have to go through a separate dog walking training after orientation. And then opportunities there are, with cats, you come, you socialize. We have, through the library, cat tales where you can read, children can read to cats. With dogs, you have to be 18 and older, just because they're a lot to handle. You're welcome to come, walk dogs, social. You can't put dogs together, but volunteers are able to take dogs out individually. And then if we have fundraisers where dogs are needed, we ask our volunteers to come help with that type of stuff. Volunteers are always welcome to do dishes, laundry, but that's a little bit more of the shelter attendant's job. Probably the best job I've had. I went to college for English literature and graduated with a bachelor's degree in literature, and here I am working with animals, but you just never know. It does translate well. Probably the best part of my job is seeing these dogs get adopted, or cats for that matter. I'm just with the dogs Monday through Friday, but also the cats. Seeing them go to good homes. I mean, it's very rewarding.
If you love animals and are in need of volunteer hours, be sure to check out the shelter's programs. For Breaking the Leash, I'm Isabel Moss. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Isabel. Be sure to go and visit the shelter if you are looking to adopt a pet this holiday season. Many people around Fayetteville may have seen a new addition to the downtown landscape, changing how people travel.
Fayetteville is rolling out a new form of pedestrian transportation, electric scooters. The scooters are being administered by two companies, Spin and Lime. Currently, there are roughly 50 scooters available across downtown Fayetteville and the U of A campus, which are accessible through each company's app for roughly 20 cents a minute. To ensure that the scooters follow safe operation laws, you must be at least 16 years old to operate a scooter, and the top speed limit is limited to 15 miles per hour. Scooters are also prevented from riding on sidewalks and in certain restricted areas such as Razorback Stadium. The scooters have been brought to Fayetteville to allow for an extra form of public transportation, to help cut down on emissions and promote economic growth in this new area of business. We hope that everyone makes good use of these new e-scooters.
Fayetteville residents, along with FHS students, are affected by winter weather around town.
Many times, residents don't understand how the decision to close roads or cancel schools is made.
As Breaking the Leash reporter Emma Gardner tells us, the city is prepared for winter weather of all types.
Fayetteville Superintendent Dr. John L. Colbert informs us on how the school district determines whether or not we have school when intense weather approaches.
We have to make a decision to close school on snow days. What we have to do is first have my transportation department and the associate superintendent for support services, they actually go out and drive the different streets to see the condition of those streets, to make sure if they are safe enough for buses to travel on, as well as parents to travel to the schools to take their kids. And so once they do that travel, then they come back, converse, and also they take into consideration of calling other school districts, their transportation departments, to see if they have noticed the same thing we have noticed about the streets, or whether they are too bad for us to have anyone to drive on. And once they have made that determination, they would call me and say, hey, after driving the roads and everything, we have found that either the streets are clear or the streets are dangerous, and we should not try to get out, have anyone to get out there and drive on them. And then if we feel this is going to be a hazard and dangerous situation, we would make a decision to close the school.
Thank you, Dr. Colbert. Be sure to stay safe on the roads this winter. For Breaking the Leash, I'm Emma Gardner.
Thanks, Emma. That's all we have for this edition of Breaking the Leash. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at FHS-Fayetteville High for all news shows and live events.
And make sure to check out our Instagram at FHS Bulldog TV to stay up to date with the news around the school and in the community. I'm Orion Rankin.
And I'm Georgia Rowland. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Emma. That's all.
I was about to start laughing.
For winter weather of. Forget to stop.
Yeah. Cut.
Let me turn my VPN on, everyone.
Quiet on set. Coming out on the two-shot. And fine.
Thanks, Emma. That's all we have time for this edition of Breaking the Leash. I said that really weird.
I'm not joking.
No, you're not my mother.
We're trying to get this done, and we've been recording
Get
for an hour
out.
and a half.
Whose fault is that?
That's not my fault.
Not mine. Thanks, Emma. Don't forget to subscribe.
Wow.
No, not. Tell her to give me a minute. I can't just go right into it after I've been laughing. Thanks, Emma. That's all we have time for this edition of Breaking the Leash. Give me a second. Why is she yelling at me? I can hear her.
Thanks, Emma. It's the end of the Bulldog Weekly now. Okay? Done.